Hello, it's your girl Charey, and I'm about to show you this bomb look I did with the Melt Cosmetics Smoke Sessions palette. They sent it to me. It's bomb. Let's get into it. So I said I wasn't going to cut crease this year, but I decided I'm going to allow myself to cut the crease as long as the cut is interesting and not like a normal cut crease. So this is the palette. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna use this green. It's kind of like Christmassy green, but I wanted the most vibrant green to go into this cut crease. So I am just lightly dabbing the color on at first so that you don't mess up the P. Louise base. You really gotta like sprinkle the pigment on there. There's a little bit of fallout, but I don't mind. So I'm going to transition that green into this darker, deep hunter green. And I was like, maybe I'll smoke this out. This is where I got the idea from. I was like, it's so dark. It would be pretty if I smoke this green out. Get it? Smoke it out. So I decided to create this, downward turn shape instead of a normal cut crease that usually flares upward like a wing. I think that gave it a nice editorial vibe. And here I'm just blending, trying to make sure everything is seamless. I put down a little bit of this Milani concealer so that I can put the gold shimmer on top of it. And this gold is beautiful. When I put it on at first, I was like, what? Okay, gold. So I'm just putting that on. I thought I was going to put it on just the inner corner, but I decided to take it all the way through my waterline. And I think it turned out pretty nice. Yeah, that turned out good. So this is my Motives Little Black Dress Liner. It's my favorite gel liner. And I decided to outline this cut crease in not a line that's too thick, but like, a defining line. I'll say it that way. Just to create like a graphic look. And I'm making sure I'm getting this line perfect. Like, people always ask me how to get the line perfect. I'm like, yo, this part right now is like 10 seconds. I think I worked on this line, just this line, for like 20 minutes. One of my eyes is a little bit lazier than the other, so one side of this look is a little bit higher, but I actually in the end didn't mind that. So now I'm cleaning up the liner a little bit, making sure that line is as sharp as I can get it, using the Milani concealer. This is my Ruby Kisses color corrector because I get a little dark around the mouth. The foundation doesn't ever cover it. I love this stuff. You get it from the beauty supply. It's like $3. It's great. And I'm adding a little bit more of that green because I'm realizing I want the smoky vibe to come down further than I had it initially. So I gotta draw the line a little bit longer. I was gonna say darker, but I meant longer. Clean it up with the white. This is my Pat McGrath Skin Fetish foundation. It's bomb. I like it especially in the summer because it gives you that, my face but better look. I usually use Juvia's foundation, but it's just too thick for the summer. This is the Milani concealer. And I usually blend out the bottom edge first with a beauty blender. You got to be careful with these kind of looks. Well, the looks that involve dark green on the bottom part of your eye, because it can turn your whole face like kind of greenish yellow. So I'm being careful with this blend. I usually use my concealer to blend it up into the eyeshadow that I put on the bottom. So I'm like, let me make sure it's perfect. I can't lie, I'm going to look a little casket ready here for a while until I add the contour and the blush and spray it down. So don't be scared. Doing a little bit more blending. There was a little line of demarcation where I had wiped away the eyeshadow, but I fixed it. This is my Beauty Bakery Brownie Bar face palette. It's so bomb. It's sold out right now, but it's so bomb. The Brownie Bar face palette. It's like the perfect blush, perfect contour color, and a little highlight color in there. This is my Pulse Cosmetics setting powder in number 2. This is a small company, but I like the setting powder, and I do usually use white or translucent setting powders just because I feel like they brighten me up a little better. I've tried other colors. This is my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in SX14. It's just a really, really good high-end concealer, like creamy, buttery smooth. And I'm gonna use this to bring some of the color back into my face so I'm not looking like yellow and white and green. This helps bring out the contour. I like a super duper contour. I like a lot of blush, you already know. Yeah, we're gonna set all up in there. This is the same setting powder. It does a pretty good job at disappearing. Like, you would think the white powders would like make you look a little too ashy, but once you put them on, blend it, and then spray it down, it's perfect. So I'm adding the blush from the Brownie Bar palette. It's a little orangey blush, a little different than what I've been doing in other looks. Some of that color corrector was still under my lips, so I just used the setting powder to neutralize the orange. So this is my ColourPop foundation stick. I use it to contour my nose. That's all I use it for, because it's a perfect, really warm, rich brown. And it just brings the color back into your face after you put on all this powder. And this is how you create the snatched effect. You just put a little line of concealer down your nose and pat it with a beauty blender. I don't usually put too much stuff on my forehead. So I did put a little foundation up there because it was looking a little two-toned. Again, this is the setting powder. Look, it's really good at mattifying. If you look right there, you see that? It's just like knocking the shine out. It's a really good setting powder. And that's from a small Black-owned company. I'm gonna take this minty green shimmer and use it as a nose highlight just to kind of have something pop in the look. I like using different colored highlighters, not just like gold or whatever. It always makes the look really interesting. I'm gonna tighten up these brows because powder gets in there and makes them kind of blurry. This is a NYX retractable eyeliner that I use as lip liner. Like, I don't use it as eyeliner, just lip liner. This is my Pat McGrath Lust Gloss in Wicked Whisper. It is so bomb. All the glosses are bomb. Pat McGrath, the palettes, the glosses, everything is bomb. If you can splurge, get it. This is my favorite setting spray. This is my Beauty Bakery Say Grace baking spray. I like it because it actually dries down the most matte of any spray I've ever had. So I'm gonna line my eye with the Duo Glue. That's how I usually do my lashes. I line my eye and then I line the lash strip and then I put the strip on and it just sticks perfectly. And I really like a small lash when I do an editorial look, just because I don't want the lash to overtake the eyeshadow. So you see my little wonky eye, but I ended up liking that. I was like, you know what, that's me. I got a wonky eye, woot woot woot. Is what it is. So this is the final picture with the good lighting and the big camera. And I hope you enjoyed it.